They said I cried too easily, until the county marshal pulled up with a court seal and my signature on the eviction order. One knock. One envelope. Their entire universe tilted in 30 seconds. Drop a like if you've ever had to teach the people who raised you what respect actually costs. Tell me your city in the comments. Let's remind each other we're not crazy. People used to look at my face and assume I grew up wrapped in hugs. I let them think it. The truth was heavier. My parents collected children the way some people collect trophies. One to polish, one to store in the garage. Sophia was the showcase model, private cello lessons, designer prom dress, college fully funded. I was the cautionary tale they warned her about. Don't end up like Ivy. Too soft, too loud, too everything. Dad's favorite hobby was silence, when Mom sharpened her tongue on me. By 16, I'd been locked out in the snow twice. Once for getting AB in chemistry, once because Sophia needed space after her breakup. I learned to disappear in plain sight. I paid my own way through state college waiting tables, then climbed the ladder at a private equity firm nobody in my family could pronounce. I bought properties under the name Blue Spruce Holdings because it sounded boring enough that they'd never look twice. The 4-bedroom colonial they bragged about owning? I closed on it 5 years ago with cash. They pay rent to an LLC they thought was some faceless corporation. I never corrected them. Some secrets are self-defense. I never told them I was taking my 8-year-old daughter, Luna, to see the Grand Canyon, just us, for days, no explanations owed. I used smiles I'd hoarded like gold. The morning of the flight, I dropped Luna at school with a whispered promise of Red Rocks and hotel swimming pools. I was smiling when I reached the airline counter. The agent's fingers froze over the keyboard. Reservation canceled at 4:12 a.m. Refund processed to a card ending in 9510. My mother's card. My phone exploded before I reached baggage claim. Mom. Thought you were too good for road trips now? Sophia, enjoy the drive, sis. Maybe lose a few pounds walking. Dad. Always needing attention. I read them in the pickup lane, while the desert sun I was supposed to see mocked me through the terminal windows. Something inside me snapped clean, no rage, just clarity. An off-duty shuttle driver named Ray saw me staring at the curb like it might open and swallow me. He rolled down his window. Ma'am, you look like you just lost a war. Need a ride more than an Uber? I got in. 40 minutes later, I was crying in a strip mall parking lot while a stranger handed me convenience store tissues and said, "Some folks only feel tall when they're stepping on you. Stop being their ladder." That night, I opened the vault app on my phone. Inside, 5 years of late rent notices, texts they sent mocking my cheap car, photos of the mortgage in my name, and one voice memo from last Thanksgiving, Mom laughing, let her think she's getting away with something. Cancel the stupid tickets. She'll come crawling back. Sophia in the background. God, she's pathetic. I didn't scream. I scheduled. I filed for possession the next morning. Cash for keys offer, 0. 30-day notice became 10 after I attached the harassment texts and the audio. Judge signed it before lunch. 10 days later, I parked 2 blocks away and watched. Mom answered the door in slippers, thinking it was another package. The marshal handed her the writ. Dad came out shouting until he saw the case number and my name listed as plaintiff. Sophia sped off an hour earlier when I quietly reversed the Venmo she'd been sending herself from the household account for groceries. Mom tried the tears on the front lawn. Ivy, they're making us leave our own home. I didn't raise my voice. It was never yours. You just lived in it rent-free while you taught my daughter. She was less than. Lessons over. The locks were changed by sunset. I left one thing on the kitchen island. A framed photo of Luna and me at the Grand Canyon, taken 2 weeks later on the rescheduled trip. On the back in Sharpa. This is what chosen family looks like. The house sold 38 days later. Luna's college account is now 7 figures. My phone is peaceful. They spent my whole life telling me I felt too much. Turns out I was just storing it up for the day I stopped apologizing and started collecting. If you've ever had to evict your past to protect your future, I see you. Drop your story below. We're the generation that ends the cycle.